Hey everybody, Jeanette here. Today we're going to take a look at one of my favorite comedy teams, the Trailer Park Boys. It was one of the first ones I looked at when I first started doing this investigation of male to female, female to male, and stuff, and I still did not know that everybody you see on TV, except 10%, are transgendered. Now, I have another video that's short and to the point, and it's called Truth Behind It All. And it will explain to everybody why this is. Because at the moment, it seems crazy and stuff, okay? But I want you just to look at what the evidence is. And I tell everybody you can take 5 males and 5 females of people that you know personally. They need to be in shape so you can see the bone structure, and I'll explain that as we go along. But it really hit me really hard because as you watch these guys year after year, it's like, yeah, they grow on you. You feel like you know them. They're part of your family and all this. You become emotionally attached to them, and that's the danger. They promote a lot of rough stuff on here that really children shouldn't be looking at, but parents don't care. They just turn a blind eye to absolutely everything nowadays about. But anyway, I don't want this to be drawn on for 2 hours, although it would be very interesting to do that. Let's see how long we can actually make this. One woman does 5 hours on some of her stuff. Yeah, they can turn into novels. If you have a good ability to write, it seems like when the words flow, you can't stop them. And I've had to get rid of a lot of stuff I've written because it's too long. It's too long. You got to make it shorter to the point. So my truth behind it all, please go there and look at that. And I have something else special for everybody that likes the Trailer Park Boys. I do hypnosis, and when I put anybody under, they are used like a channeler, and I can talk to the spirits of anybody alive or anybody that has left the body, any spirit that's left the body. And I am somewhat psychic. I do not use my ability all the time. And when I was going over this, what I was going to say about these guys, I saw a vision of Mike Smith, the first guy on the left here, right here, there he is. I saw a vision of his face, and so I knew his spirit was here. So I told his spirit what I was planning on doing was interviewing the spirits of the cast of the Trailer Park Boys. And he said they were put in that position because they were good at writing and good at acting. And that's why I believe that they are created in labs, the eggs, and so forth and so on. You'll get to hear all of that in the truth behind it all. And in my beginning, in the beginning one that I have, it tells you a lot of stuff also. So those are really important, not only just finding out who's male and who's female. We know most of the people on your TV are actually the opposite of what they are pretending to be. They've been males basically in a way all their life. They've been treated like that because they've been conditioned like that. And so out of respect, you will hear me still saying he and him and that. Sometimes I might come out and say her. I usually only do that for the males to females because those, I do not, they disturb me greatly. But anyway, and I'm talking about the actors. I'm not talking about people out here and stuff, but I've got a lot more information going down the line there for you guys that I've discovered and whatever. But let's get into these guys here. Everybody's going on a cruise with these guys, supposedly. I don't know if it's still up in a couple of days, so I don't know if this is really short. I would like people to confront them on the cruise with this information, if you can. Do it quietly and tell them that there is a video out here on YouTube that shows that they are actually females, born females. Watch the look on their face when you do this, and give them the address, which is Inspire 734 is my channel. Inspire 734. And the videos are Love is Blind, and this one is called Bursting Your Bubble. Because, of course, the main character is Bubbles on there. So, of course, that's why I named it that. Please write that down. Carry that paper with you. And if you see them, you might want to do 4 of them. Do several of them. It doesn't matter. One will tell the others and stuff, but they need to know this because it's very, very, very important. It really, really is. Because who runs the system and stuff, and they are actually all puppets to this system. But anyway, the reason I have the boxes around these, it shows that the torsos are female torsos. And how we do that is right at the waist, we put a line right where the waist is. And how you find your waist is right under the elbow. Now this is the bend of it. The elbow is actually underneath that bend, which is, no, this thing is goofing up. All right. My fingers sometime, I got, trigger fingers on this mouse. Yeah, well, that's what it is. Right here where the bend is in the elbow is actually about 2 inches down from your bend, right? Okay, well, that's where you put your line at. That's where their waist is. His waist is a little bit lower than that, about right here. But you can still see it would be 2 equal boxes. Now, if they were males, this top half would be longer. Males have a longer torso. It's created in the uterus. There's nothing that they can do about that. They will wear their pants really low to make it look like they have a long torso, like Pat Roach over here wears this way low like this. Makes him look like he's got a long torso when he doesn't. He's got a short female torso. Okay, so that's what we do. This is the collarbones up here. You start right where the collarbone is, and this should be about right here. I don't always get them accurate, but it's right. Yeah, anyway. We start with the collarbone, and then we go to where the waist is, and then we go to, it's supposed to be about where the top of the crotch is. Okay, well, why is that? That shows at the hand, okay. Yeah, well, you could bring this up a little bit. Like I say, they're not exactly right. Okay, what I'm showing about these here, a female, the hand will be equal to the crotch. If it was a male, his hands would be down here. Okay, same with J.P. Trumley. His hands are right even with his crotch. Rob Wells, hand even with the crotch. And Pat's, basically, if his hand was dropped, his hand would come about right here. This right here is fake on him, and I shouldn't be jumping ahead. Maybe I should start on Pat. It doesn't matter because you can't see his face very much on this. But they do a lot of talking about, their willies and things to do with men and calling themselves boys and all this kind of stuff, because that keeps the programming in your mind that they are males. Okay, that's what they want you to believe. Women will find them attractive. So you find someone attractive, you fall in love with them and listen to everything they say. They promote alcohol. Yes, I would love to have one of their great big bottles of whiskey as a souvenir. I don't drink. I don't like alcohol, but I would love to have that. But the thing is, I don't need that, but I would love to have it because it's connected to them. You see what I mean? Okay. And here, this is from SwearNet. That's one of their little shows that they do, and some of it's on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it. They are really outspoken and stuff, and I think I can relate to that. I cuss my head off sometime when I'm angry and stuff, and I can't find something, and it's like, yeah, I think because I relate to them, and so many people can, yeah, that's what is attractive about them, because you can relate to a lot of stuff that goes on with them. And, well, I'm just going to go back here to Mike Smith. Okay, you can't see too much in the face, but he's got the little round female face here. His throat has no Adam's apple and no male trachea either. The suits make their shoulders pretty straight up. That's why they wear suits a lot of times. So, one, you cannot see that the shoulders slope so badly like on this side of the female. The females have sloping shoulders. The collarbone of the male makes them have straight shoulders, but these guys will not have straight shoulders. I'll show you a lot more outside of a suit. But Mike is wearing a male's suit. Why he didn't have it altered and so it's just too big. His shoulder comes about right here. Right where this is. His shoulder isn't all the way out here, people. His shoulder's here. It's to give the illusion he's got broad shoulders of a male when he's a female. He got short shoulders. You cannot put 3 of his head on his shoulders from here and to about right here. 3 of those heads will not fit. If 3 heads could fit on your shoulders, you would be a male. Okay? This is so long. This is a male suit because it comes over his hands. He's got really short hands. This upper arm, but you can't see it here. If it's real short, it's a female. If it's a male, it's usually a lot longer. That shows also the length of the torso also. If you got a long upper arm bone, you'll have a longer torso. Yeah, because your elbow will fit right into where your indentation on your waist is. For the females, the arm will fit right in there. On the other transgenders, on the males to females, it doesn't fit in there because they've altered their body somewhat, and it just doesn't fit in there right. We have more curves to our arms and stuff that goes in with the curves to the body. It's amazing, but yeah, that's the way it is. On males, it's not so. Their arms are straighter than what ours are. Now, anything else about Mike on here? That his face is very, very small. You can't tell too much. No. And JP here, his eyes are real close together. Here you can see that they're so shallow, they fit on top of the skull. Males will have a brow ridge and their eyes will be deep set and they won't be close together like this. He did get the long nose from the overlay of the chromosome. They add that afterwards into the egg. That's what transitions them. His egg was a female egg, and I'm not saying that, everybody starts off female. Get that out of the way. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the egg. They all develop into females. They inject the chromosome of the male in there. That's what makes them trans and look a little bit like the opposite sex. Yeah, so it gives them a little bit of a maleness to them. But you can still see the female under these guys because these guys are not taking testosterone on the outside. This beard and mustache, they're probably fake. That's what a lot of us believe that. But if he's taking more testosterone, he will have the receding hairline, so he might be taking that. Okay. He may be taking that testosterone that does it. The other two, their hair is just absolutely perfect because they're not taking testosterone. But I think JP is. He's bigger at the top without this suit on, and we'll show you. He's bigger at the top. And I think he's not muscular by any means, but he's bigger at the top, more like a fella, and I think that weight mass like that, and the way it is from him taking testosterone. And that will make it where he's got the receding hairline, where the others do not. So, and I'll show you more as we go along here. And Rob Wells here always has a nice round face. The facial hair helps them look more masculine. That's why they have it. Yeah, that's why that they have it. And it's the same thing here for Rob. You can't see too much here. I need to go back here to Mike. You can see his female curves in his hips right here. You see, on both sides, you can see his female curves really, really well. Here, and Pat Roach, there's a nice female sloping shoulder for you right there. And his shoulders from here to about right here. You can't tell too much on that, basically, and you can't see their backs from here. But this is basically all that we have, I think, of this picture. Okay. Now here they did a movie and they were in Europe. Okay. What's going on here is they had to steal a pair of the Queen's underwear, and they ended up getting a pair of briefs that belonged to Prince Charles. Now I'm just going to go over this. I'm not going to go over the guys there. See, it says Charles, and these underwear are real lacy. Well, the reason why I stuck this in there is because they're telling you the truth and you don't see it, you don't know this. Prince Charles is actually a female. He's a female to male. All the royal family are backwards, just like our presidents and everybody else that you see on TV. They're all actors and they're all playing roles, okay? Yeah. But they're telling you right out, Prince Charles is a female. Okay? That's why they're doing that. It is kind of a funny joke in one way, but no, they're just telling you that. Now, this is another character that was in there, Sebastian Bach. A lot of people know him. I think Skid Row is, forgive me if I don't say the right band, because I just do not know. He is one that's hard to figure out, and I'll go over that, why he's hard to figure out. But here he shows that he has a torso of a male. Here, other ones, it looks like he's got the torso of a female. Okay, this little guy here is from Anthrax. When I get a group of them, I just do a group when they're in with the rest of them, the rest of the pictures. This is a little guy from Anthrax, I believe. Okay, well, this is a little female right here. The two boxes. See how this is longer here? For some reason, I got the longer torso on him this time and shorter at the bottom. His tranny wife is with these silicone blisters. That's what I call these, because if you stab them, clear liquid would come out just like blisters. They're like two big blisters sitting on their chest. They are not breasts. They're not fake breasts. They're silicone blisters. And I have the urge to just go up with a knife and stab them for some reason. Interesting, I never want to assault a woman's breast, but these aren't. These, well, it's like a blister. You want to open it up and drain it because it's, yeah, it's not healthy. So there you go. Maybe that's what it is. That's what they remind me of, blisters, two big blisters sitting there. This one here is also a male because see how long that this is to this. And you can also see somewhat of the throat action here. The male trachea, this one's got one also. And this little female here, pretending it's a male, to the same size here, okay? Now here he is here, and he looks a little female. Now I believe, well here, I've got it written up, so I'll wait till I get there and stuff. And you see, here's his wife, here is the male, and he's the female that it shows. I think he might be a hermaphrodite, and I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. I'm seeing both of the things here, which is very odd. Here it shows that he's female now, because right where his elbow is. I may not have had the other thing right on it. This is where the crotch is. This is where the elbow is, and that's where the collarbone is. And this is how it does. This is how it plays, and this is how you find out what's what. Because they are done like this in the uterus, the egg, whatever sex you are in the beginning, is your bone structure is that. It will not change. It does not change. Okay, and here you can see, it doesn't matter how tall you are or how small you are, this is how it works out. And here he is, and he looks more like female here. And there's this one also here. It looks long down here, but it is shorter here than what it is here. I think the way they stand, but here also this long spider monkey arm that is way past the crotch down here. It hits the males to females really badly, and their arms are like spider monkeys. And this looks like a big wrench, actually. And the hand is way below the crotch on this. So this has definitely got a willy. It probably still does, because I think he may have a vagina and a penis. I think he is a trans. They got both with him. I'm going to show you his face in just a minute up close. And here, see, he's got the straight back of a male. That's what I mean. Straight back of a male, and the front's like a female. Okay? Now here, look at the face here. That's a female. You can feel the female energy from him, right? Looks feminine in the face here. The egg was male underlay. That's how it started out. Okay, he wasn't a female to start with. He was a male to start with because of the eye sockets, the straight back. Well, that's what I said, that I thought that he started out as a male. I believe he's a hermaphrodite because he shows both, and I found that in other things. But the reason I think that he's a male, born male, with a penis is because he would have been castrated because he would have had his testicles, and they cut those off right after they're born. And that would have given him the high-pitched wail that he has. If you listen, if you go into Netflix under the Trailer Park Boys, there is a season 8 he's in, I think 8 or up, something like that he is in, and you can hear how high his voice is. This is from being castrated male. Yeah. Mariah Carey is another castrated male that hits the real high notes also, but he is amazing, actually. The female didn't take so much. See, I wrote this stuff down when I thought that he was a regular male to female, and it didn't show so much in him, so he stayed as a male persona, actually. But I believe he's both. When they never know what they're going to get when they mix the two chromosomes together. And I think that's what happened to him, and it could be that they ended up with a hermaphrodite. I believe that might be exactly what it is. He has a flat forehead of a male. He has the brow ridge here of a male. It looks like it to me. If I mistakenly do this wrong, people, you can say something, please. He has the high cheekbones also. That's what it looks like to me. Well, I thought he just chose to stay male because he's using that persona. I think he started out as a male. They injected the female overlay of the chromosome, and this is what they got with this one. And yeah, this is what they got with this one, but you can tell he looks female there. He feels female there. But if you look at this, okay, look at the wide male trek and the Adam's apple. Now, testosterone will do this if you take it afterwards, but I don't think that he's taking it. His hair looks fairly soft. It doesn't look like it's real coarse. Actually, male hair is real coarse. His looks like a mixture of both, actually. You see that it's really soft and shiny, but it also looks fairly heavy. Yeah, it's like there's both there. But you can see the male brow ridge here and how the light jumps off of it. His eyes aren't real close together. They are fairly shallow, though. But he still has this ridge here. Now, sometimes they can implant it. Usually only the actors do that because they have to be in front of the camera all the time. The ones in music do not so much. Well, let's see. And like I said, and the throat here, he could have had a chin implant. That I don't know. I don't think he is taking testosterone, though. I think that he's half and half. I believe that he is a hermaphrodite. Okay, getting back to the Trailer Park Boys. This is one of the extra male to female, pretending it's a female here with a straight back. I want to show you the straight back, and also from the collarbone to the waist, right under the elbow, to where the mound of the crotch is, because this is where the rear end comes around, so it's about right here. And you see how much longer that this is than this, because this is a male torso. And here's the two, Corey and Trevor. And it's like, and I'm not sure who's who and stuff. I just, I watch them and I don't pay much attention. I don't know really their names in real life. That's their acting names. But what you can see here is this is a real male. See how straight the shoulders are? On males to females, the models will be built like the way that he is. Okay? And he's got the cleft in the chin that they do have. Females really don't. I don't believe that they do. I just really don't. You can get shoulders that slope a little bit if you got a large trapeze muscle, like here. The triangles right here and here will make the shoulders slope some. He's relaxing this side, actually. So males sometimes will have a bit of a slope in the shoulders. But if they're real thin and they don't work out, he works out. I'll show you this. Well, right here he is here, but we'll get to that in a second. This picture. I wanted to show you his anatomy there and show you that, yeah, testosterone can do that. I believe, though, that these are two guys. So not everybody's trans on their show. They could be, but I don't think they are. Here he is here in another pose. This looks like a male's rear end. You can't change that. Yeah, and the way his shoulders are pretty doggone broad, actually. His shoulders are way bigger than what his hips are. Well, I got it up here and it comes down. Yeah, way, way bigger. But this back here, this just looks like a guy. And I don't think testosterone, taking it after, if he was a female and taking it after, is going to change what this is. From the pelvis, these indentations here and stuff. He just where everything is here and here. My ex had a body just like this. Okay, this is a guy, and this is I think that this is Trevor. Yeah, I think this is the one that plays Corey, and this one does Trevor. Yeah, and here his back is real straight right here, and his back is real straight too. So you can't change that. There is no curve in the back. I mean, his is just real straight, and his is too. You see, and if you go with the length of the torso, this upper is going to be longer than this. And you can see this one seems awful close, but you know what? He's bending forward, and that's what I was going to say. This looks like the same size as this and this. He's bending forward here. It's a little bit. He's still bending a little bit. If he's straightened up totally, yeah, this is probably, oh, bugger all. I know what I've done wrong here. This is kind of, okay, this is dropped, this side. This is higher, this is dropped. He's got this dropped here, but I think that, yeah, I thought this was his waist because this is indented. It needs to come down just a little bit more. I think his waist is down a little bit more, actually. Yeah, well, do this. Right there. Now you see, forget this line here. Now you see that this is shorter than what this is. I didn't have this in the right place. So it should go right underneath the elbow. But this is dropped. If he raised it up some, it'll bring it up a little bit. But these are two guys. Yes, I can see the changes. Yes, 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 yes. And here it is. He's standing up straight now, and you can see that this is longer than what this is. But this is definitely a male torso because of the length of it. But, I mean, this whole body just looks like a fella. Okay, here's the guys here. And you can see this is smaller here than this. This is his long torso again. And he's relaxing his shoulders. But you can also see his hands are below the crotch. Most of his hands are. He's standing a little cockeyed. They don't stand exactly straight, so it's hard. Here, JP, you can see where his back curves out and ends somewhat like this, but he's bending also. You must really get him straight up and down. Baggy shirt on Mike here. You can't see the curve, but I'm going to show you some later. But what I wanted to show you here was the top and the bottom basically is the same size to show these are female torsos and this is a male torso. And here's a little guy that just, an extra that happened to walk by. This is a male. You see here? Small bottom, long top. Don't matter how tall they are, but this is a male here. And here is the actor playing Corey here. Now here he's standing up pretty straight there. Look at how straight his back is. There's no female curve in his back. And Rob Wells just standing there doing something or another. I'm not going to go over that face and stuff. I got better ones. This is the one that plays Lucy, and this back is straight as anything because Lucy is a male to female. Most of the hair is wigs that this one wears. And I'll go in more with JP here. His breasts look really nice. A lot of women would love to have breasts like what he has. See, he's not... I don't know how much testosterone, if he is actually taking any, because when they inject the egg with the testosterone, with the the male chromosome, they're going to get some testosterone in there, and that's, gives them the facial hair and stuff, but a lot of the facial hair can be added, that. The receding hairline that he does have, it could just be from that. He may not be taking testosterone. He's bigger up here, but he's still got a nice set of boobs. And it comes in here and curves out too on him. Shows his female curves. If you can see him, but this black here is just, and he isn't real muscular. Mike will often say how muscular that he is, and relate him to Patrick Swayze, who appeared real masculine, who was probably a female too. I haven't checked him out yet, so I don't know. But his arms and everything's just real soft. And we'll get more into it when I can show you a better picture of his face. And here's Lucy again, male to female, the long spider monkey arms again, way past the crotch. The crotch is about right here. What else you can tell about this individual is a male, because the navel is real far away from the crotch. On a female, it's closer to the crotch. This is about where the crotch is, right here on this person, right here. And the way it's standing, it's kind of got its hip out. If they stand a certain way, they can throw a hip out on one side, and the other side is still straight as anything, like a male. And the shoulders, now, it's kind of got the shoulders slacked. If it was standing upright, these would be even straighter. And this is a wig, a polyester wig. This one back here, it's got a lot of tattoos, which is another sign that they're guys really deep down. This one here might be. Now, John Dunsworth's daughter, Sarah, is a female. I believe so. I've got some pictures of that, but this one here is not, I don't think this is his daughter. That's another, I don't think, people, if I'm wrong or whatever. This line here goes down into the Adonis belt that men have. That's that big muscle right here that keeps you from getting hernias when you do lifting. The shoulders, this way, the shoulders don't look like they're broad, but this one's got really broad shoulders if it was standing upright. And it's not so much, but here you can see that where it's going to go down into that Adonis belt. And here Lucy is from the back. You can see the straight back of the male, the long arms. The funny thing about this is that when they are transgendered in the egg, the males to females always have the really long arms. Now, if you took a male out here that wanted to become a female and they decided once they were an adult to do that, they would not have those monkey arms. They wouldn't get those spider monkey arms at all. And the legs are long and thin too, and the body is, and there's no ass. That's what a male looks like. But Rob Wells and the others are built just like females, heavy set. That's what tells me they're not taking any testosterone other than what they were given in that egg. And here is JP. And JP, you can see his nice round forehead here. The light's beating off of it, so it shows that it's standing out. A round forehead is a female. Males have a flat back to their forehead. You check out any males that you know. Here, his shoulder does look really small, but he's leaning forward. But yeah, he's got the female short shoulders there. His jaw here is a really soft female. It's not a strong male jawline at all. He has a very smooth neck too, no male trachea or Adam's apple at all, which we will see in other pictures I have of him. His eyes are very shallow and close together. That's two female traits right there. Ears not too big. I got gigantic ears for a female, so I don't know. But if a man has got very small ears, they're a female. Okay? But there's a lot of traits here that show that JP right here is female. He doesn't have high cheekbones. You see a cheek here, but high cheekbones would be about right here. He's got the flat face of a female. actually. On Mike, you can see it a lot better, actually. And here's JP also. He's relaxed here, this arm, so it makes it longer. This is where it really normally is. And again, his hand kind of comes even with the crotch. He's kind of humped over there a little bit. But you notice the bottom of them are big also. They just put on weight like what any woman does. Is there anything else on this that I wanted to see about? I don't think so, actually. I don't think so, but he isn't really that big up here. You know, the camera angles and stuff make him look bigger. They do. And here you can start seeing, you can see the female here. Yeah, you can see it real well. This is before the hair started getting lost there. And he likes to wear the earrings because he is a female and likes to accessorize. And look at that beautiful breast. It's gorgeous. I mean, all these guys would have been really, really beautiful women. His shoulders, you can't see the curve here, but you can see where it starts. And it'll go in on the bottom. I'll show you later in some better pictures. But you see how soft his upper arms are. This is definitely a female. Yeah, they're good actors, aren't they? But nobody told you anything different. Look at this female face. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful guys. They have just beautiful faces, and they would have made wonderful women. Like I said, they would have been beautiful. Their mouths are fairly small too, which is a female thing. Yeah, but you can see this. When they were younger, it really shows that they're females, and the round forehead. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. People say, well, he has children. Yeah, they get them from other places. They can take the children from the batch of eggs that they came out of, the frozen embryos. When they grow up, they can use those embryos to make a child that will look like them. It's actually a sibling. And a lot of times most of the time they do trans them also. They'll raise them the opposite sex. They all do that. And I think when they do the MK Ultra mind control, they all are done right from the time they are born, so they can control the actors, and they will do what they're instructed to do instead of fighting a role like one of us may do. They will not do that. They go with pretty much what they're told to do. That's hence the mind control. Yeah. And here's another beautiful picture of him or her. Like I said, something I'll say her. Look at the nice wavy hair here. Yeah. Small ear. Yeah. Flat face. Yeah. Well, you can just tell looking at that, that's a female. Beautiful female face. And here's both of them together. And Rob Wells here, his female face, little tiny mouth. Here's his shoulders are shown good on him, of the sloping female shoulders. His eyes sit right on top of his skull. The shallow female eyes sit up there. And again, from the side here, you can see JP's head is really nice and round. Flat face. Chin is very, very soft, small and soft, and no male jawline. This is a female, soft female jawline, soft female chin. And Rob's is also. Now here we have him in Europe, and it must have been cold. I mean, his nose is red. Yeah, and here you can see his lovely hips. Really good in this one. You see his really nice hips here. Here, Mike Smith bubbles. You can see his female curve really nice in his back here. It'll still be a little loose because he wears his shirts a little loose. But you can see, this is what I'm talking about, the female curve. On males, they will have a straight up and down back, but none of these guys do. And they all got the nice, lovely bottoms, or as big as the tops, basically. If you come up here to JP and draw a straight line down here, it's going to hit his hip. And he's curvy in all the right places. They're absolutely gorgeous bodies and everything on these people. And well, you can see on Mike here, it's very female soft jawline. And the neck has no action going on. They don't have any necks, basically, like a female, although I do. So there you go. But basically, males have got necks. He's been taught how to straighten himself up and stuff. Look how upright he's standing. Or she. And here you can see on Rob Wells, his curve. See here, his female curve right here? See, you can't deny this. These are 3 females, and Mike Roach is the 4th. And see, the arms are nice and curvy, too. These arms will fit right in the side of the body, like it was intended to. Yeah. And I always say this, and if I didn't, they didn't do this to themselves. They didn't transition themselves. It's done from birth, and then they're conditioned and stuff. They are actors, they are conditioned, and they're placed on your television to basically corrupt you by, first of all, have you fall in love with them, and there then you have it. Whatever they say and stuff is like you pay attention to. And the worst thing on this cruise is they charge for you to go backstage to meet them. If I was you, I'd try to refrain from doing that. They don't need your money. They do have a lot of money themselves and more than you do. I was willing to pay the $80 to go backstage and meet them when I saw them in Austin, June of last year. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. But the tickets had sold out, and I'm glad it did. Now I know what I know. It's because who they work for, and they do work for the dark side. The dark side did all of this. And they are used, terribly, terribly used. Money don't mean anything. I live on disability with my son, and I've got more junk than probably they do. You should see my crafting room. I don't do without. I think if you're poor, it's in your mind. I don't live like I'm poor, but a lot of it's because my son helps out, I guess, living with him and stuff. But there you go. When I get my healing center done, I'll be living on myself. And then I'm going to have to pay to get that done. That's another video. But here you can see from the guys here that they're the same, top and bottom, because there are 3 females. A lot of people can tell by the way they walk, too, because of how the hips are. On JP here, you can see his hip come out. Not good there. But how they pick up their legs and how they step, because of the way the pelvis is, you have to step a different way. Now, Bubbles, Mike Smith, he tries to really walk more like a guy. He throws his legs way out and stuff when he walks. And he tries to have more of a male stance. I've noticed it, and he is really trying when he's doing that. I bet at home it's none of this stuff. No. At home, they can be their real self. This is why on that cruise, they're not going to spend a lot of time with you guys that you thought that, oh, you're going to be able to pal up with them on the cruise and have drinks with them. No. You'll see the performances. You will not see them. Unless you want to pay maybe $80 to go backstage to see them, then they can keep up their personas. If you're around them too long, they're going to let something down. They will call another one her, or, something like that. Yeah. And then watch the face. Like I said, confront them and tell them that you heard that they are females. You saw the video, and, and show them where that's at. And they should come and see. Here's Sebastian again. But like I said, I think he's a hermaphrodite because he has the male brow ridge. He's got more of a male face, structured face, a stronger jawline and stuff. And his throat, you've seen how that was. His hair here looks more coarse like a male's. I think he's both. This Thunderbolt, it's usually fallen angels. And I don't know why, attraction video between real male and female. I think that's what I was working on, and I did that so I could remember it. This is a guy back here, and this one looks like one. Okay, I have to go into detail on this one here, but this is a guy. And anything here about Mike and stuff, I think it was mostly this. Mike's got his head back because he's got it tilted up, and it looks like he's got a sloping back forehead. He does not. He has a round forehead. This right here, now it's because he's got it tilted up. Now here, what I wanted to show you, and hopefully that you guys can see this really good, how the light is on this. I wanted you to see here that these breasts right here, and this curve right here. See how the breast comes out here at the side, and then this curve here? Look at this, and doesn't this look like a female torso here? Right? All of this is soft female arms, curvy female arms. Whoops, no. Hang on a second. Yeah, there he is. Okay, it's on another thing. It's JP. Save. Yes, save. Yes. Okay. It's JP. Now, JP doesn't look very well here. I don't think he's putting on. He just looks like he just wants to get out of there, and he's just not very happy camper. But, yeah. You can see his breasts, and they come way like this. This is not a chest. This is a breast, and this is a female curve. These arms are female. Well, here I was looking at JP's breast again. Being female, they do not always want to remove their parts, like here. The Swearing movie, JP had a girlfriend that was a masculine tranny, was a male to female. One scene, she's on top riding him. He was underneath her. He is actually telling you the truth here in this. When he's on the bottom, he is the female. It will go with what I'm telling you. JP is on the bottom because he is the female, and the tranny is the guy and on top in a missionary position. But, you know, it's in the movies, they will tell you exactly what's going on. But people can't put the two and two together unless you investigate this stuff. Now that the spell is broken, can you understand what the message is that I'm telling? The spell can only be broken if you can see what I'm saying to you, and you know that it's the honest truth. If you can't see it, then you're still too much in love with them. Once you have understanding as to why this exists this way, you can accept it as being the truth and real, which in my truth behind it all is coming up after this video, and or before. It's really close to it. But it will explain more and more about all of this stuff and why all this stuff is the way it is. And here is JP, and here's his nice, lovely curve in his back. And see how it comes around like this? Us women have, he's not a woman, and he's not a lady. He is a female. He's not a male or a man. He is a female, two male. Or I say female with a male overlay. Okay, but here, look, how it comes down here and comes in here. Comes in here. That's just beautiful. Beautiful female curve to the back here. You can't deny any of this stuff. People lie. The body does not. And here he looks pretty broad, but his shoulder is not right here. It's the way that he's just hunched over. His shoulder starts about right up here, and it's still even with what his hip is. He's got a nice big round tush, female tush, and here is his lovely female curve right here. This right here, just the soft arms, I guess, is what I wanted to show right here. You can't see how soft his hair is. I think the only thing I can tell you here is about how curvy that the arm is. A male's arm is not going to be this curvy like this. And here you can kind of see his back where it goes in some, but this shirt sticks way out here. And then there it goes. Yeah, I think I put this up to see the curve a little bit more. And here's his nice breast again. And the curve, the female curves that they have. Female arms. Here, his forehead looks more straight. See how it looks more straight? It's not really sloped backwards because he's got his head straight. Little shoulders again. And here is with Tranny Lucy. See this, look at how long this upper arm is. Monkey arms, spider monkey arms. And the old flat back tranny right here. Males have got flat backs. And JP, you can see the hump here in his female back. Us females have got a hump right here. And that's what makes it curve in and then down. And it's also got something to do with carrying children also. They can carry their own babies. They have eggs, and they have regular monthly cycles and everything like women do. Yeah, because I know you guys would probably be curious about that. It's the same. It's exactly the same. And I've got a video to make up that shows Jack Black and a bunch of others that are carrying babies, we believe. But see how soft that the arms are? He's not muscular like Mike's character Bubbles always says, that how muscular and pumped up he is and stuff. No, but you can see how flat the head is here. It doesn't curve back, or it doesn't have that back slope. Back slope, yeah. His face is really soft here. Yeah, this is the guy and this is female. Nice smooth neck. This is, see how flat the face is. There's no high cheekbones. There's no male brow ridge. It's completely flat here, and you see how it's round here. This is a good one of him. See how round this is? Yeah, a male will have a back slope to the forehead, and you can look at any of your friends and find out the ears are real tiny. Too. Real tiny mouth, that's female dental. Male dental has got bigger teeth. His nose is not really that big, actually. No, and this is the soft female round jawline here. He has this to make him look more masculine, but this could all be fake. This may not be real. This may not be real at all. And here's the one that pretended to be his wife or girlfriend in that movie. And this, of course, is a tranny. Look how small it is down here and how big the big-ass shoulders are. And they're all muscle because they're guys. This is why all your Miss America and everybody is in Playboy and all that are all males. They're all muscle. Females can't lose a lot of fat and be healthy. A female cannot. These guys have got a good amount of fat on them because they're all females and middle-aged. So you see here again, JP's nice curve in his back here, and this is all fabric. It'll come down like this, and his ass will come around like this. This, and there's a nice curve. Whoop, there we go. Beautiful. And here, what do we want to look at? You can't see too much. Flat face here. Great sloping shoulders. Mike, oh, he does a really good job with that. His shoulders are real, real tiny. There is no male trachea. There is no Adam's apple in the throats of any of them. They have the very, very short neck. They don't have basically hardly any neck because they are females. And this is round here. And Mike's is, you can't really tell that, it's too blurry, I think. And I wanted to show you this is another one. Look at this breast and the curve in this. Yeah, this is a female breast, and this is a curve. This is a female torso. Anybody doubt that? This is a female torso. This is Rob Wells. This is another female to male, but they don't take testosterone. That's the reason why they really still look quite a bit female. They just use the facial hair. This is probably all fake. I imagine none of this is real. He looks like he got somewhat of a ridge here, but if you females will feel down, you will have somewhat of a bump there, and it will go into your eye socket. But these eye sockets are really, really shallow. They're not deep at all. Flat face. He doesn't have high cheekbones. You might say, oh, the light here shows he does. No, this is just where it's kind of come. He does have cheekbones, but they're not high ones that you would really see out, and they're usually about right in here is where it's just completely different. But his mouth is really, really tiny too. Face is tiny. No jawline here like on a male. And the smooth neck. Here you don't hardly see the collarbone like on a female. There's no collarbone stuff, but the anatomy is, you can't argue this is female. And here's his lovely breast again. He could go on the beach like this because he's professing to be a male. But, you know, somebody with the same breast size would probably get in trouble. They would get in trouble for it. You see the amount of fat that he's carrying too is all over, just like a female. And look at, this is the beauty here. Look at this, the round shoulder. Males have got straight shoulders and more square. And this is like this because this is a female you're looking at. John here, see the back slope to John's forehead? You see what I'm talking about now? Rob's is up and down straight. John's is sloped back because John Dunsworth is a male. He is a male character. And here, and you can kind of see his jawline somewhat there. Yeah. And here I have right at his waist, which is under his, under this elbow. I think he has this one side dropped is what it is. And so this is, his waist isn't right here. No, his waist is up higher. That's where it comes in at. The belt pulls all this in. And when they wear their belt, their pants down low, it makes their torso look longer. That's why they do that. That's why they started doing that. And then people out here pick that fashion up. It's not a prison thing. They've just done that to try to convince us and fool us that there's a long male torso on these actors when there, isn't. And you can see here, he's got the short torso. No throat action again. And, small lower half too. And you can't see anything else on the other guys, just that. See, John's face here is sunken in, right? But here's his high cheekbone right here. See, excuse me. You see it? And here you can see where his head starts to slope back right there. See, that's what I'm talking about, the back slope. These others, you'll see it straight up and down because theirs is round. And here's Rob again, another nice round of his shoulders. I think this is like the other one. It's just, People say, well, this looks like his high cheekbone. No, he's got really a flat face. But you got to take all the other characteristics in. I don't do just one thing. I do a lot. And I also want to talk about the hair. This, I think, is a wig. Yeah, it's thick, coarse, male, probably nylon. Some things he has the real hair, and others he has wigs, and I can tell the difference in them. His real hair is wavy, for one thing. It's not real coarse like this, too. It's just different. This is his real hair here, I think. Yeah, I think this is his real hair. It looks a more finer. But here again, you can see the female in this. You can feel the feminine. The facial features, really small mouth, female. And just a heavy set female. Shoulders sloping. Very small. The shoulder would come here. Can you put 3 heads on these shoulders? No, you could not. This one would hang off of here. And this, you say, well, he's sideways. Doesn't make any difference. His head's sideways too. You cut this out. I may have one in here actually that I've done. I might. But you see how round his forehead is, and it's small. It's not real big coconut like men have. His eyes are so shallow, you could just take them and just push them right up here on the top here. There's no male brow ridge whatsoever on this face because this is a female that you're looking at. Flat face here. But I could tell looking at the eyes that it's a female. They have beautiful faces. Now here is Mike Smith at the first episode. You're going to see the real female here. The shoulders are really, really badly sloped. Female, clean neck. He's never shaved a day in his life, I don't think. His skin this is female skin. It's just looks really soft, and yeah. And the glasses help that he doesn't have a male brow ridge. He didn't want to do facial hair. He probably can't grow it. He doesn't take testosterone at all. No. No, he doesn't. This little forehead, see, it's straight up. It's not slanted. Little mouth, little nose. And here he is with JP. And JP, you can see the female in him again. Nice, breast and curves, stuff. And look at the slopes. I know he's kind of bent over here, but yeah, it's really sloping. And in the first episode, he was very sweet and stuff. And he's gotten really heavy over the years. Yeah, there's a little bit. Yeah. There. Oh. Just something there. Anyway, anywho, okay. I'm talking to my puppy. I called him a little bonehead if you heard me say that, and I just want to explain. He's sleeping and his diaper's riding up, and it's like, he gets up, he's going to pee all over everything. I put wraps around him. Oh, that's not going to hold. Yeah, I'm going to just have to watch that carefully when he wakes up. Anyway, you see how smooth his neck is? What Mike has done, okay, here it looks like he's got a little bit of a cleft, but I believe he's had surgery on it, because I've got another one. I think it might be under here, actually. It doesn't look like he's got that. It's easy enough to put that in to make him look more masculine. But his face really sinks in. He's got a little fat there, but as he gets older, he loses that all completely. And JP looks like a beautiful woman here. Very, very beautiful face. And here he is right here. Well, see right here, you can't see that on there. It doesn't look like that. He has, he's a little girl. He's a little female. He's also the most creative of the bunch, because he has a female mind that has all the creativity. He does most of the writing. That's why he gets first billing, because he puts the most into it. He's just the most creative. And see how smooth his neck is? This is a little female. A lot of people think that this character is gay. You'll find that with a lot of the actors out there, the ones that you think that are male and feel they're gay, they're not. Like Prince Charles also appears very girly, he does, because they're all female to males, and it will do that. They just have a little bit of a male overlay to try to convince you that they're males. But that's more so they can be distinguished from us. And that will tell you, the truth behind it all will tell you that that's why they're transgendered. So they can tell them from us. Basically, it's a mark on them. So they do it before they're born. They don't give them testosterone after they're born and stuff. Now, when they're an adult, if they want a heavier beard or what, usually the major actors in films may take testosterone, like Donnie Wahlberg, and he, came out with all these lumps and bumps all over his body, muscle, but he is actually a female, Donnie Wahlberg. Well, they all are. Now this is a wig. I want to show you on Rob Wells here. This is a wig. How is it? This right here, see this white here? That's the glue. That's dried glue here. Because there would be more casting of the, if this was just light, it wouldn't be hitting just this little spot here. See, no other spot, just here. That's glue holding down this wig. This right here is all pushed down. It's a lace front, and it's all pushing it. All this here has been pushed down. The glue's under it, and they've taken their fingers and pushed down on here. That's why this is flat right here. See, and that's a little bit of the glue. This one here is a wig that he's wearing. This is probably at the very beginning. Look how close the eyes are. See how close the eyes are? And yeah, he's got them open wide, but here's the thing. You could push him right on the top of his head. There's no male brow ridge here. And this is round. It looks indented here, and I think it's just the expression, the facial muscles that are doing that. There's no high cheekbones. These are all flat. Little tiny mouth again. This and this is fake. This coarse mustache, yeah. This is all fake. These aren't real, and this hair is not real. And there's a lovely picture of him. Look how tiny his eyes are, and really close. And this facial fat and stuff, this is because he's a female. We tend to put on weight like this. He looked like John Candy, and they're both from Canada, actually. Nova Scotia, these guys are. And he looked like John Candy here. Yeah, well, John Candy is probably a female, too, I'm pretty sure. You know, he's dressed in drag, John Candy did. And was it Delirious? Something like that, yeah. All this is fake. It's so easy to do. This right here, yeah, all of this is fake here. That's where they push the wig down. It's a lace front. Ah, Pat Roach. Look at the beautiful curve in Pat Roach's back. Wow. Because he's standing up straight. You see, this is what the female curve looks like. It's wonderful. Thank you, Pat, for that. He wears his pants way down here, like I said, to make it look like he's got a long torso. When he doesn't, he's got a real short female torso because he's a female. Two big blocks there will do that. If this is short up here, it's a female usually. The longer bones don't really mean too much. I don't think it's this right here, but his are real short. Rob's are. I don't know if this is his real hair or a wig here. I can't tell at this time, but it probably is a wig. Yeah, but it's mostly Pat Roach's back that I wanted to show you. And here they do jokes with the package. You know, different jokes. They'll show him urinating, and it's blurry, but it looks like he's peeing at the side of the road. Fake. It's all fake, because this will condition you to this is a male. So constantly they call them boys. This is a male. You see what I'm talking about? That is programming. You can see the female face here. Really good. And here's Rob here just relaxing, and his face he's putting on the weight down here. But look at the throat here, real smooth. Now this light whiskers like this, that might be his, but where it was real heavy, the goatee and stuff, I don't think is. I think this is all fake hair. I don't think it's real. That's just me. And the shoulders aren't too sloped in this one, but they come to about right here, right here. Can you get 3 heads on there? No, you would not be able to. His head would be bigger than what the shoulders are. And here's a picture. Now this is black, but you can see on Rob Wells, you can see this comes out, and down, and down, and down, and down, and in, and then it'll come out. But here's his butt. It's way over here. I was way off the mark. It's just got a little bit of black here. The shirt sticks out just a little bit. Yeah, it comes up like this, and this, thank goodness for this plant, you can really see it where it comes in like this, and this is out. This is Rob's female curve, okay? And the soft, see, you don't have a really strong square jaw there at all. Little forehead. And this is his little mouth, and how shallow his eyes are, and how close together they are. These little whiskers very likely could be his, yeah. I don't know how long the whiskers are on fake stuff, but look at the neck. Beautiful. There will be some movement sometime in the necks when they're talking and stuff. Females look in the mirror, and I did, and watch your throat when you're speaking, and you can see, you know, your larynx go up and down, and the ridges, because you got ridges on your larynx. The trachea and larynx, I think it's the same thing. If I'm wrong, you can correct me on that. People write stuff on this all the time, you know, and it's like, see, they're very outspoken, so people just do this. But what I want to show about this is his eyes. You could slide them right on the top of his skull. And the little mouth of the female dental, very, very small like a female. Males have got bigger dental arches. And this is real flat here. Real flat. There is no high cheekbones. This is a female skull. And here it is again. All of this is probably, now this doesn't look too coarse. That could be his, but I doubt it. They can make anything on sticky tape that could stick on a person. It's true, this is round. And just again, how shallow the eyes are, how round. They carry the fat really good, these three, because they're females. And here, I want to show you these points here that are up here, show you where his shoulders are and how sloped they really are. See how really, really badly sloped they are, because they're female shoulders. There's his beautiful face there. There's his beautiful female face. There's no joke. There is no denying that this is a female just by looking at the face. What female that would really, really fall for somebody that looks so female? I don't know. The beauty. I think it's the beauty, He's got just a really beautiful face. They all do. They're all really attractive. And here is Rob's nice little curve in his back. And you can see it real well here. Yeah. And you guys, if you want to read this stuff, you can. Stop it if you want to. The fans do that. Here they took a dive in the lake here. And this is Rob here, I think. This is Mike Smith Bubbles. And here you can see the curve in his back and in here and his rear end. Because there's a little light here with his glasses. And I think that this is Mike. This could be a Western shirt with where this line is. It's just so blurry, but yeah. And here he is. Look at this nice smooth neck. I don't think that he's shaved a day in his life, like I said, and the flat face and little small mouth. This chin here is, they can do that. They open this up and take like a Dremel tool and just carve into the bone is what they do. And this line under here basically is where they do it. Here's his shoulders, how wide they are, about here and here, but look at the slope on them. Yeah, that's about right where they are. They could be up even a little bit higher on this side. Yeah, I think maybe about right here on this one. Something like that. This is just where it's rounded, the top of the shoulders right here. And JP, just really nice flat. And this looks like a back slope, but he's got his head down. You gotta make sure the head's up, people, when you do it. Yeah, just really nice and smooth. And here, see Mike's round forehead. These places right here, when you screw up your forehead, the flesh is going to, it's a muscle under here. This muscle here might make it look like he's got a male brow ridge, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He's got a very small forehead, and this is round. This is not a back slope. That's the roundness of the thing. Take this little bump right here, if I can. There, you can see how round it is. Yeah, real flat, little mouth. It's like, yeah. And here Mike shows his curve. You can really see the curve here where it's darker right here, it sinks in. Light here, it comes out. So it comes out, sinks in, and comes around his rear end. His or her. And again, you see the, how the hips are and stuff. They can go in and come out. That's why they wear long shirts and stuff, baggy shirts. But people don't think anything. This is Mike on SwearNet. He's supposed to got pepper sprayed in the eyes. Of course, it wasn't because his eyes are as clear as anything. It's just makeup around there to show that. But you can see how flat that the cheeks are here. There's no high cheekbones at all. This is very smooth. The cleft in the chin, that was put there. He was not born with that. There is no Nothing here. There's no Adam's apple or Mel Tricky or whatever. His hair's nice and it's not coarse like male hair. It's softer like female hair, finer. It's finer. And his eyes, there is a bit of a ridge. Us women have one. You can feel yours and you'll know what I'm talking about. But these eyes, basically, you can just slide them right up on top of the forehead because this is a female. Males have got deep holes like a bowling ball. Yeah. But, and the sloping shoulders. There he is getting angry. And this, they took off too much of it. Here, they took off too much. It looks like a crotch. It's terrible. He should go back in and have them smooth that out. Those two bumps on both sides there, and it would look a little bit better. Just, yeah. And it could be, maybe it doesn't show it so much when he doesn't have his teeth clenched. And that's another thing. But this you can see with his head screwed up, you can see how close his eye is to the top of his skull and how fine his hair is. And again, the shoulders are just, good female slope there to the shoulders. It's another one of him. Basically the same thing. And here is real good. He looks like my friend Rosie in England that I used to know when I lived in England. This is a female round here. And he's had that done, like I said. But you see the eyes are sitting directly on top of the skull here. There's no male brow ridge at all. Flat, just absolutely flat. So he is not a gay character, Bubbles is, or Mike Smith is not a gay person. Mike Smith is a female to male. And he is going to be attracted to men. He won't be attracted to anybody that looks too much like a woman. Because the brain, there's nothing wrong with the brain. He's got a female brain. And that's true with all of them. Okay, all of them will be like that. Some get hooked up with really ugly looking women. So why are these women so ugly looking? It's because they have to be masculine enough looking for them to be attracted to them. If they hooked up with a really pretty, with a tranny that looked like a woman in the face that was really attractive or what, they would not be attracted to it. They're attracted to ones that look like a guy. So a lot of times these so-called, that you think that they're females, are ugly looking. And you're wondering, how in the world did these actors get hooked up with these ugly looking women? And the presidents of the United States. It's because they're all really men. Men do not look good in dresses and drag and stuff. These guys would. Here's a beautiful curve in Mike right here. And there he looks feminine there, yeah. And his character, what he portrays, and he cries on the show, he gets emotional and stuff, that is from really deep inner inside. That is a part of him. Actors always use a part of them. They have to. That's all that they have to go on. You can train them so much or whatever, but, they've done good for 13 years. They deserve a star on the Hollywood, or the Trannywood Walk of Shame is what we call it. Because, they deceive everybody. They are put in that position to do that. If they don't do what they're told, they'll lose their money. They'll empty their bank accounts out. The Osmond brothers lost $80 million. It wasn't stolen from them, guys. It was taken from them, guys, because they didn't want to do business with the dark side anymore. What we call the dark side, yeah. These guys are stuck in it. They don't know what to do. They have to just carry on. Where is God? Well, you're going to have to look at my In the Beginning to find out where Lord Enki is. But he's coming. Time is getting short. And anybody that can tell them, these guys need to watch this, because, yeah, I might be able to help them and give them information that they don't know about, because they're not told everything either. They're lied to also in different ways. They know it too, but they can't do a damn thing about it. They might be able to. Oh, somebody put that on there about somebody else. But it's just another picture of Mike. Nice round forehead and little mouth. It's just showing and the little nice curves to his shoulders. And there's a nice one of them. Here's one of the early ones here. Look at just how smooth that is. Yeah. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. What's it to you? I remember that episode. I've watched them 4 or 5 times all the way through. I do love these guys, and I'll tell you something. When I found this out, and it was one of the first ones I didn't know that all the actors were trans, or everybody that you see on TV, but 10% were. And I cried. I actually said, at the end of getting all these pictures together, I said, I really love these guys. And I broke down and sobbed really heavily, actually. It disturbed me something really bad. But when you look at it, nobody's going to have a relationship with any of them. You feel like you have one because they're in your home, and then when you go to see them, and and they're kind to you and everything. But you do not really know any of these people, and you don't know what they go through. I heard that Mike had gone on a drunk binge a little while back. He probably did. I do not doubt that, because of what they put these guys through is just insane. Yeah, just to fool us. Just to fool us. They fucked them up just to fool us. And somebody said, don't be cussing, Jeanette. That's the way the demons do. Have you ever heard a demon talk to you? I've pulled them out of people during hypnosis, and not one has cussed, not said one cuss word to me. Okay. Well, not when you got them by the, how can I say what kind of balls they have? Because they're spirits. Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Archangel Michael gets them, and they are like in prison and they can't get away. They're not going to fight you because there ain't no way that they, that's it. So they don't cuss at me or anything, and I keep it pretty simple. You can see if you watch my Healing with Jeanette D, that is my sister Dolores. Watch that, and you'll hear a bunch of stuff. Connie's is not so advanced. That's an old one. But listen to the one of Sister D, and you'll hear a lot of good stuff on how I deal with the spirits. And I don't know if I have any demons on there pulled out, but we pulled out dark forces out of my house, my healing center. Anyway, let's get back to these guys. I tend to run off, but there's a lot of interesting things to say that you might enjoy. His face is really flat. He does stick his jaw out whenever he's doing this character. But you can see that Mike is, all female. I want to show this picture of Pat Roach because it looks like Pat's got a straight back. Pat does not have a straight back. He's bent over forward on the bike. So if you're going to do this kind of work, people, what you got to do is you got to make sure they're standing up straight, just like I showed you on some other pictures of Pat where he's up straight. And he wears his pants way down here. He pulls them in real tight with the belt, so you can't see his female curves so much. This indentation here could, no, that's just that indentation there is just where the stomach comes or whatever. Yes, if he was pregnant, he would look just exactly like that. And who's to say he isn't pregnant some of the time when he's like that? He might be. It's a chance that he could be pregnant at the time. Yeah. That he looks it, yeah. Because he is a female. Look at the way the thighs are on here too. Yeah. Now I show you here. See, like this? Yeah, he really does look pregnant here. It could be that they do a whole season of him pregnant. Yeah, it's very likely that they can. This is the one that plays Donnie here, and this is a male. This is a female to male, really, and he plays his twin. It's supposed to be a twin sister, Donna. He looks better as a guy though. But he's really a female, this one, and he's got the female breast too and the curve here. Yeah. He's got a good voice too, but he wasn't castrated, he couldn't have been. He was always born a female. But he's got a really good voice. He does a little funny ditty on here, but his shoulders are real slow too. This is a wig this one's wearing, of course. And Pat here. What can I say about this one? Not too much on this, but I've got some other pictures of him. But this is all female body. This isn't a male. And yeah, he's got furry breasts. It depends on the genetics, because if he's like got Italian or what in him, he'll have the darker, hair like this. Or Pat could have taken testosterone, and he may be one that is, because he's got more body hair. Yeah, some may give you a little bit like this with the overlay, and then if he's taken, Pat more than likely may have actually taken some testosterone on the side to get that. And here they are, John Dunsworth with his sloping forehead of the male, and Pat where it's more straight, you see. And you can't see John's jaw here, but it is real long. It comes all the way from there here, so it's real long. And you see this tendon right here? The male to female trannies, the real thin ones, will have the two on both sides of the male trach, just like what John does here. Okay, but the females have really smooth necks like Pat here. And here he is showing his breast and his curve. Really good. Look at this. See? Yeah, really good. It's like women should be jealous, because these are really good looking females actually. Look at this, how soft that is. And here she is. The sloping shoulders again. Female breasts. Oh, soft. The skin just looks just really, really soft. Here you don't see a shadow so much. I don't know if they can use makeup and brush a shadow on, but this hair is, but you see the hair on the chest looks really soft. It doesn't really look coarse either. I've seen both on regular men though. Yeah. And here's Pat. You can see his breast really good here. Nice and firm after all these years. Amazing here, and that's really soft. And John, that bump on his head here is because he's got his head cocked backwards. Here's where his cheekbone is, right here, I think, right here. But John's shoulders a little bit, well, they would be from about right here to here, because his collar's in the way. Can I get 3 of these heads, not the ear? You got to actually cut the ear off, but can you get 3 of his heads here and here? Yes, I could. Okay, because he's a guy. And his face, even though it's flat here, he has the high cheekbone right here. Okay, and he has also, he's got a flat head. This right here is just where it curves around to the top of his head, but he's got his head back. You got to make sure you got to look at a lot of pictures, people. And now here, you can tell Pat's a woman. Look at him right there. Look at her right now. He's prettier than any Miss America that I have ever seen. Miss America are all guys. He's a female. And he's got the small dental. There, you can see that. Yeah, but you can see that Pat's a female. There's no doubt. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oh, there he's showing his breast, and he can do that because he's pretending to be a male. So these males get by with showing their titties all the time, where we do that, and you know what would happen. They have female anatomy below the belt, people. Look at that smooth the neck is. No, he does have somewhat of a shadow. I think that's just from taking, he probably might take a bit of testosterone, but nothing can hide that. I mean, he exudes femininity. It's like they would have been beautiful women, like I said, and I'll probably keep saying that. Look at the nice round female shoulders. And here's Pat here. This is the last picture. Yeah, look at the hair here. And I mean, it looks like this is just a shadow here, but it looks like he's got makeup on and stuff. Look at this. He looks like his face is totally made up here. I don't know what's going on in this scene or whatever, but that looks just like a female right there. Yep, and here you can see his curve here really nicely. So that's it for this, and what I'm going to try to do is, with that hypnosis thing, with trying to interview the spirits of the actors, I will be doing that, and I will be posting it. If you subscribe and click on the bell onto the video, onto my channel, when I put any up, you'll get to see what they are. And I'm going to try to do that. The thing is, when I put somebody under hypnosis, the two people I use, I put them under with a quick word. They go right under, and I talk right to the higher self, the spirits, and whoever that I want to. If you watch Healing with Jeanette, Sister D's video there, you will be able to see how the sessions go, how I do the sessions. But I look forward to really doing this with these actors and see what comes up and stuff, because when Mike Smith showed his spirit, it was very sweet, very warm, and I think that spirits are like that. I explained to him what we were doing, going to interview them, their spirits, their true self. Their bodies will not know it. The bodies are not aware of it. What the spirit's doing at any time, the body is not aware of what's going on. And it told me that they were put in those positions because they were good writers and good actors, and they were put in that position is what I picked up. And it's like, see, they trained them, MK Ultra mind control, and they train them and find out what their talents are. That if they can use them, they will, but they're always used. They get large sums of money because their daddy or the Rothschilds, their sperm, the Rothschild sperm makes them. You got to watch my truth behind it all, and I mention all of that in there. So I'm going to call it quit at the moment with this, and as soon as I can get a hypnosis session with the spirits, I will. But you guys got to stay tuned for that, and click on that bell, subscribe, and click on the bell, and I'll talk to you guys later.